Okay, so here's where I would, when we first come in and I meet a client, we gotta warm up a little bit. Even before we stretch, we gotta get the body going. And this gives me a chance to ask some basic questions out of a client about blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, heart disease, any joint injuries, anything like that that I need to know about as a trainer. We get our circulation going, our heart rate mildly elevated, not worried about anything except movement right now. This is just moving along. Yeah, that's all. So we do a couple minutes there, and I would get a couple minutes of stretching in. So my first 5 minutes in here are getting my body ready for what I wanted to do.
Yep.
That way I can prevent injury. I can ease into it. I don't have to worry about anything not being warmed up. And it's just basically a getting ready phase. What I would also do too is I have a handheld body composition meter and I would find out your percentage of body fat.
Yeah, I know that's pretty important. Tell us about body fat.
The body fat, okay, like I'm obese on the BMI scale. It only takes into consideration height and weight. And if you're 150 pounds and 24% body fat, or 150 pounds and 14% body fat, you're gonna be two different people. If we get into the higher categories, past what our normal ranges are, it just poses a more increased risk of all the things we want to avoid, whether it's congestive heart failure, diabetes, arthritis, all the bad things that go along with having too much of a percentage of body fat.
Okay.
And that's how I'm going to gauge my progress. And it's not by the scale either.
And how do we eliminate, or how do we bring down our body fat? By building muscle?
By activating the muscle. There's only one thing on your body that burns fat, and that's muscle. It does most of it while we sleep. This does not raise my metabolism, cardiovascular. It will not help me. Once I get off this machine, the benefit ends. Right. When I strength train, that muscle will continue to repair itself for up to 38 hours, and that's where we burn the fat and calories, and we do it while we sleep.
So our muscle is basically like a furnace, and the fuel for that is our fat.
Yes, there you go.
So we want to keep that furnace working good so it eats up all our fat.
Absolutely. Okay. And I'm not saying that this isn't important, because heart and lung capacity is. The fat is carried to the muscle indiscriminately throughout the body by oxygen in the blood. So this is important,
right,
but it's not the most important thing.
If you're trying to
it's going to be the strength training, yeah. And it's not easy, and we have to use as much of our body as we can in every movement, which means not sitting down all the time and working one muscle group.
Right.
We get into the more functional type of stuff where we're going to get the benefit.
So the benefits of cardio is, like you said, getting the oxygen in
sure.
the blood pumping through the body better.
Oxygenating your blood, heart and lung capacity, sure, we need that, of course. Yep. But it's not going to raise metabolism, and that's what it's all about,
okay,
is our resting metabolic rate.
All right.
Okay?
Yep. So
but now we're going to go stretch a little bit.